What's up everyone, this is G20 Storm and today we're going to be doing the window tint update. Sorry it took so long, by the way. It's just that, being a full-time teacher and living about an hour and a half away from work every single day can get kind of hectic with the amount of things that I have to get done. But anyways, I don't want to waste too much of your time. This will be a pretty short video, good news and a funny story to tell you guys as well. But first, let's just go ahead and show you the tint. Alright, so it's going to be kind of hard to actually show you guys everything the way I did last time. It might just be the sun, but this is the window tint in the front side. It's just going to kind of be having to take my word for it, but there isn't anything here that is highly visible that you can see. And I do apologize, by the way, they are kind of doing construction on the house over there, so if you guys can see anything, it's them, but hopefully you can hear me a little bit better. This was the window tint, if y'all remember, that had a lot of specks here and like a big one up on the side. This one got completely redone, and so did the small one here. So as you guys can see, or not see, but kind of, it is completely done way better, so nothing to see here as well. And then this one got redone. Now you guys can kind of see the line, so the line is a lot better this time around. Not a lot of little specks or anything like that. Kind of hard to tell, but hopefully it's good enough to kind of see. The reflections obviously are supreme there. This window is a little bit dirty, but this window did stay, and it's here somewhere if I can find it. Give me a second, I'm gonna pause the video so I can find it for you guys. Alright, so I found it, guys. It's right there. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it's right there. That's the little speck. Now, when I did talk to them, they did mention that, window tint is not always going to be perfect. And with that being said, they told me like, hey, we can replace it for you if you wanted to, but just know that you run the risk of, getting a bubble somewhere else. It's a little bit more noticeable. I'll explain it to you guys in a little bit more detail, but these are the other windows as well, as you guys can see, and nothing really bad here. Little small, it's kind of hard to get it, but there you go. A little bit small one right there, but nothing too crazy. This window is pretty much all good. And then this window is pretty much all good. I also did get my front window tinted as well. And for the front window, there is a small little speck. It's kind of hard to see it from the outside, but you can see it from the inside. Kind of somewhere there. It's hard to tell with the camera angle here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get that to focus. But it's see-through and you can't really see it. But anyways, there's that. So let me just tell you guys the story of what happened when I took the car over there, because it's kind of hilarious, by the way. All right, so a quick update on the story, what happened, right? So I'm the type of person that I start arguing with no one before I even get there, because I already assume the worst, right? So I get there and I'm assuming on the way over there that they're not going to want to fix it, that the warranty is useless and it's crap, and all this crap, right? And so that's what I'm imagining, and I'm arguing with myself along the way. So before I went, I told my wife, hey, I'm going on the Santa Fe and you'll go on the BMW. Because if you look at the Santa Fe's tint is perfect and it has no defects. So I'll just make up some story and I'll tell them like, oh, this one was done outside in the parking lot and blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't have any defects and I want it to be as good as this and blah, 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 right? This is all the story that I'm making up in my head. And sure enough, I get there. The guy, fixes the other windows, and he tells me that, they tried fixing the window in the front and they tried fixing the window in the back, but they couldn't get the bubble away, and they don't want to redo the whole thing because of that. And he gives me this whole story about how window tint isn't always going to be perfect. There might be like small little blemishes here and there. Putting window tints a really hard job and blah, blah. But in my mind, I'm just thinking like, I paid a lot of money for this. I want it perfect. You pay a lot of money, but it's for the material that you're buying, is what he said. And the job or whatever, the labor, it's pretty much the same. It's not always going to be perfect. And so when he told me that, I got super upset. And so I say, you know what? If you say window tint's not going to be perfect all the time, then go outside and look at my Santa Fe and tell me if you see any blemishes or any defects, you know, since it's not always going to be perfect, go and find them. And so he's like, okay, let's go and check. And he comes over to the Santa Fe, right? This is where it gets kind of funny. Comes over to Santa Fe. And I don't know if y'all can notice, but let me go to the BMW and I'll show you this. Wow, by the way, this is super bright. All right, so right here, let's see if it'll focus on my finger at least. It's hard to tell. See if I can manually focus this. Yeah, it's not gonna do the trick. All right, so I tried, but if you look at the logos, maybe I can see it from the inside. Let's go to the inside. All right, if you look at the logos here, where it says BMW and all that, around the outside of this, you can see a white little glow around all of them. And that white little glow shows that this has been tinted and the BMW vinyl was left on there. And so because of that, you get like a white little glow around it. You can't really see it, but it's there. If you guys ever get your windows tinted, you'll be able to see it. I try my best here to try to get you that visual. If I can find it later, I might even photograph it and put it in there for you guys. But that's what happened, right? So with that being said, he looks at it and all that, and he tells me, where did you say you get this window tint at? And again, I create this lie. I'm like, oh, I was in a parking lot and blah, 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 and this and that. And he's like, well, I'm going to tell you something real quick. The reason why your tint is so perfect is because these windows are not tinted at all. He explains to me that these windows are actually manufactured dark already. They contain no tint. And so the way you can tell is, you know, when you look at the Hyundai logo, that Hyundai logo is dark as well. It has no outer glow around it. If you go to this windows here right here, it's the same thing. And if you go, sorry for the brightness, the sun's right in my face, to this dirty window back here, it's the same thing. However, he says these two front windows, on the other hand, you can kind of see the glow. Maybe you can see it on this one since it's inside the garage, but oh yeah, you can kind of see it right there. You guys see that? So you see that little white glow that's happening right around the Hyundai logo? Right there, kind of, sort of. If the camera can focus, there we go. Right there, that little glow. So he says these are actually tinted. And then he looks around and he's like, and there's a little mistake right there. And there's like a mistake over here and blah, blah, blah. And so he found little blemishes that I at first didn't pay attention because I don't care about my Santa Fe, sad to say, as much as I care about my BMW, right? So the BMW, like, it's a brand new car. I'm totally in love with it. So I want it perfect. And so I hadn't been noticing that this one also had small little tiny blemishes, nothing too big. Once he pointed that out, I said, okay, fine, you win. The blemishes are not that big of a deal. They're not very noticeable. You have to like actually be looking for them in order to find them. And so I ended up getting 2 of my windows replaced, and then the rest kind of stayed the same as they were before, but I've gotten a little bit better over time. And in the end, I have pretty good window tint that I like overall, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. Again, I got this at Tint World. It's a big franchise and they have big warranty, so that's why I kind of trusted that warranty a little bit more. But I still felt like big franchises might, you know, try to get away with stuff or something. I don't know. I always argue over things that haven't yet happened, but tint is fine. Tint is good. I'm happy with it. It's good. With that being said, I will now make a different video where I'm going to go a little bit over the interior of the inside. I'm also going to be cleaning it, so I figured might as well just do that in the process. But that's the window tint update, guys. Thank you all for watching, and as always, make sure to hit that like button if you like that video, if it helped you in any way, and hit that subscribe button just to kind of help me out. I am trying to like grow a channel here over the BMW and hopefully give you guys some updates on new stuff that I do for the BMW. But thank you guys, and as always, G20 Storm, I'm out. See you guys on the next one. Peace.